instead of sitting in private.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
You went live and bloody Blair switched his camera off.
Yeah.
I just hit the wrong button.
Doing a cade.
Right.
So does Ray know how many people are coming, Sid?
You just got him again with a mouthful.
That was the perfect timing. That's what I was after.
Yeah.
That's what you said before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is an art to it.
Getting the perfect timing.
You're forcing Sid to guts his food down.
No, nobody's forcing me to do it, Robert. Spoke to Heather last week, and she said she had about 20 or 22, but that's going to come back because quite a few of the Victorians won't come across, and what's his name from Tassie won't be able to come across either, possibly.
What's that? Was that a demonstrator?
G'day, Chris.
No, the Turner account, it usually brings a bit of wood over as well. And if you've got a bottomless bank account, you can sometimes afford to buy some of it.
Yeah. How you going, Jojo? How you going, Rex? How you going, Chris? Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Jojo, I missed you there. No, half an inch isn't thin on a hollow form. You take it down to what you consider safe, Rex. That's the easiest way. Chris is trying to get 1,000 subs. Well, I can't sub you again, Chris. I'm already subbed to you.
Just don't.
No, Chris.
How you going,
Jojo.
Shirley?
Hello, your wife's checking on you, Sid.
Yeah.
I'm having lunch, Shirley.
Just Chris, just don't take one of those offers when someone says they'll give you 100 subscribers, all right?
I didn't know you had 2 channels like me, Chris.
He's got a hidden one, so he can sneakily watch people, you know? Am I too loud?
No, Rex, if you work carefully, like I said before, I've only ever done 2 hollow forms. I must admit they don't do much for me, but I think I can only subscribe on 1.
That's weird how you got 2 channels, but you can only use 1.
Yeah, it shits me. Most annoying it is.
Bloody people next door are selling their house. Tell you what, they're probably the best neighbours we ever had. I mean, they rented it out a lot. They lived in it for the first couple of years and then rented it out, but now they're selling it. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer when you get good neighbours and they move.
Yeah.
Like, we're fairly fortunate here. We've always had good neighbours, so. Rex says he has to sign off because his wife is looking at me. Well, looking at him. He's probably getting the eye, and all us married fellas know what the eye is.
Sid's only nodding because Shirley's in here.
No idea what you're talking about, Robbo.
No. Like, my voice can make people cry at 150 yards across a parade ground, but my wife can give me the eye from 300 yards away, and I wither, I tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe we've been married for too long. I know exactly what she's thinking.
What's the wood, Joe? Is there a bit of gum?
Yeah, ghost gum, yeah.
All right, we'll see you later, Rex and Tammy.
Thanks for coming, Rex.
See you, Rex.
Oops.
It looks hard.
Yeah, it's just a shit cut that that's how I found it like that.
Yeah, no, they cut it halfway through and it broke.
Yeah.
You'd reckon they'd trim it up for you nicely, wouldn't you?
Yeah, right. Struggle to get it off those measly bastards. Those companies want them to chip it up, so they can make money off it.
Funnily enough, it still costs them, I think, even though it's chipped, to go into the tip, into the mulch piles.
Sometimes out in the country they can chip it and mulch it, and people will take the mulch in their paddocks for the garden.
Yeah. What happens here is the tree loppers generally mulch it on site with their big mulchers. Then they've got to take it to the tip or the recycling depot it is here. We don't call them tips anymore. And then the bloody tip charges them for putting it there, and then charges people for taking it away again as well. So, Chris, I take it that your camp was extremely successful, was it, judging by some of the pictures?
It's a very nice backing track you got there, Jay.
Oh, that's probably me.
Yeah. It sounds like a Disney show to me.
No, reliving some past lives. It's all tango music.
Yeah, no, it's just sitting there in the background quite nicely, really.
Get off your seat then.
No, the knees wouldn't take it anymore. Yeah, tangos and Paso Doble.
Need to buy you a chair with wheels on it, like the office chairs, and you can just scoot around. And
I got two of them inside, but the office in here isn't big enough. If I had a wheelchair, I wouldn't fit in. It's got nowhere to move it, so.
Yep. All right, I better have some something. I better have something first.
Yes, you'd better fortify yourself. I'll slap you later. And tell me, when are you and Sid coming over?
Well, original plan was for the first Friday in September, wasn't it, Sid? Which is like the 2nd or the 3rd or something.
Yeah, the 3rd.
Yeah, somewhere around there, but we'll have to make sure we can get back over here without having to go into quarantine.
No. All we have to do at the moment is come home and be ourselves. That's it.
But Robbo's in the hot zone.
Yeah, but I've been approved. My travel pass has been approved. And it's valid for 14 days after the date you say you're going.
Robbo, you still in lockdown?
Yeah.
So, I don't care.
Yeah, but what about coming back from Victoria? It's easy going from South Australia into Victoria. It's coming back again that's the problem.
No. They haven't said anything that I need to lock down. I ticked on in the green zone, and they sent me an email and they said, yeah, no worries. All you have to do is wear your masks where you have to wear them in Victoria, and that's it. That is it.
Well, that one you sent me was a Victorian site.
Yeah, that's where you have to go.
Yeah, but then you've got to come back. What about the permission to come back into South Australia out of a Victorian red zone?
We're South Australians. We don't have to. You don't have to. I've already been to Victoria in this semi bullshit at the start of the year, and we didn't need a pass to come back.
At that stage, Robbo wasn't in lockdown.
Our pass didn't even get checked when we went over there.
Yeah, I don't know whether they've got border controls on or not at the moment.
Yeah. I reckon you just go and apply for it.
I can apply for the Victorian one, but I'll have to check. I'll have to be 100% sure I'm not going to have to lock down coming back because I can't afford the lockdown for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. And Chris has said he may still be on live when I start tonight. His plan is to go all night.
I mean, if Robbo was in right in the middle of suburbia, yeah, we'd have to go into our own quarantine, 14 days. But because he's he's about 10 k's out from actual suburbia, so.
No, we're still in a red zone, believe it or not. They moved the bloody city boundaries about 10 years ago.
I'm just saying, country-wise.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Robbo's inside the Melbourne metropolitan lockdown zone. That's the problem.
Oh well, I'll hire a car and go myself.
Because you're locked down the same as what the Metro Melbourne are at the moment, aren't you, Robbo?
I'm just checking now. Just hold on a second.
Hi, Chris, by the way.
Just seeing what I can find out. I tell you what, they don't make it bloody easy to try and find out information sometimes.
So, Robbo, do you think if you looked at a piece of wood that you would be able to tell what species it is?
No,
Robbo,
only
just go and have a look.
I only use commercial timbers.
Go and have a look at that link that I sent you, Robbo. I don't know
Right,
if it'll help, but it might give you some information.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look.
By the way, Jay, what are you making tonight? Or if anybody else knows.
A shiny Blair?
Whoops, there we go.
Cool.
I got these in a thrift store. It was just a bag of, these little things. And I have no idea what species they are. They're really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Got them for a couple bucks and thought, I could do something with that. It's almost like a bamboo. It's really bizarre. I mean, if you look, like right along here. Well, the camera's not doing it justice, but it has kind of that bamboo grainy kind of maybe palm or something islanderish. I don't know.
Hagon Dara, and they said it looks like. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Sorry.
Lignum.
Robbo, Sid,
Lignum?
what is it?
Lignum.
Lignum.
Legume.
Sure is pretty though.
Yeah, it could be lignum vitae, I think is what Dara's trying to say.
Hi Dara, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have to ask permission around there, Dara. Just put what you're thinking. Well, within reason.
Palm is like, yeah, it's got a really open grain.
Yeah.
I'm going to duck out and head out to the shed, and I'll come back in.
Okay. See you in a few minutes.
I will be right back as well. Jay, you never did tell us what your plan is. What are you making?
What was that, Blair?
What are you making?
I'd like to do a hollow form, but with a bit of because it's got the red wood on the inside. So I'd like to. I've already made one before, where it narrows out in the stem. Here, kind of just comes in like that a little bit and goes up like that. Just, I don't know what you call that, but hey, go on, Mike. And the wood is ghost gum. So it has this, see the red? So.
Still like 90 degrees.
You're making Dara hungry. Funny. Yeah. The key to that, Dara, the key to that, Dara, is to not look at them.
Where is Dara from?
What was that?
Where is Dara from?
The States somewhere, you'll have to ask him.
Sorry?
Ask them.
You have to ask him 10:25, so he's an hour sometime before Detroit, so
So
Must be on the west coast somewhere.
Kansas, because it's only 9:30 here, so it's 10:30 there.
Yeah.
Dara, where are you from?
Hey, Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Originally Louisiana. That's a she.
Sorry, I didn't know. Hi, Dara.
Yes, that's the problem these days. It's hard to tell whether he's or she's with the printed word.
Well, I mean, look, my name's Blair. Could go
Hmm.
either way. Are you doing a live tonight, Chris?
No, he's doing one right at this moment.
Oh,
He's moonlighting. He said he's going to be going all night, so he'll probably be doing a live while I'm doing mine tonight as well.
I did not know that. Hold on just a quick second, and let's see what's happening here. So I've got a Saturday Night Live Beers and Cheers. That's not him. Ah, there he is. Chris, what are you working on tonight? And you can answer me because I'm watching YouTube. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jay hasn't been on for a few days, I think since about last Monday, actually.
Ah. He's trying to keep up with the Elon Musks and such. He's making a rocket. That's a cool idea.
So you're going to hollow it out so you can put vinegar and bicarbonate soda in it so it'll fly?
Just do the gunpowder. Looks like a pair of lips on the live.
You got a new lathe, Chris?
All right, guys, I'm gonna knock it on the head. It's 90
Okay,
degrees
Blair.
in my garage, and I've been out in the sun all day, and I'm just
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, catch you later. Good to see you again.
It's
All right,
good to
thanks
see
for
you
coming in.
guys,
Take it
Jay.
easy.
I'm glad you came back on, bud.
Yeah, cheers.
Chris, good to see you too. I'll come back and see how you finish. Maybe in the morning.
All right. Okay then. Thanks for coming in. Take it easy. Yo.
Bentley.
What?
Gently, Bentley. It's all tango or paso doble music, Mike. Reminding me of a past life. All right. Well, appropriate music then. Sid must have got sidetracked, I think, Jay.
Yeah. Julie knew what he was doing. I mean, no, Julie. Shirley knew what he was up to, you see, so.
Yeah.
I got a job for you to do.
Refer to the fridge on your way out.
I think his ears are burning, probably.
Oh, here he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No feedback?
What?
Sorry, wait until Jay's noise subsides a bit.
You're not getting any feedback?
No.
I'm having the same bloody issue. The microphone on these shock systems working, but the speakers aren't. So I've got the outside speakers going, which works better for me because I can hear shit better.
Yeah.
As long as it's not feeding back and looping through you guys.
No, it seems to be fine at the moment.
Maybe it's the actual sound card.
Well, I've been in and changed the default settings. It works. It's only StreamYard it doesn't work on.
Yeah. So it's got something to do with your browser settings then.
Yeah. What you making, Sid?
I've got one over here somewhere, have I? Where is it? You might not want to know, Robbo.
I might not. But I'll ask anyway. I can't see it properly. Hold on. Just wait a second. Yeah, mongrel bastard. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It can't be helped, so that's the way it goes. Yeah, as they say, life is full of little disappointments. Well, it's been a disappointment for 2 years now.
And I don't know whether it's little.
Yeah, I don't know. We're beginning to think, Sid, that Shirley had told you to look at the list on the fridge before you went outside.
Well, that could have been the option too. The list got lost though. It fell off. I don't know where it went.
Mike says, "Good day, Sid."
Hey, Mike, how you going? Actually, I should. Where's my little mouse? There we go. I can see the chat now instead of being just in the.
I see. So you're cutting them out on the scroll saw, are you, Sid?
Yeah. Heather asked me to make a design up for it, so I've got a picture of a lobster, and I'll transpose that onto the wood. I had about 6 or 8 done, but the print lifted.
Oh, right.
So I've just done a couple of extras. Heather's waiting to pick them up, so I'll have them ready. But they don't take long. Once you cut them out, I'll just put a layer of lacquer over the top of them to seal it.
Yep.
And then just whack them out on the scroll saw, drill some holes in them, and they're away. Somebody suggested doing it with a toothbrush, but I found the toothbrush is too coarse. You're better off just rubbing it gently with your finger.
Yeah, I wonder how a rubber roller like they use in the printing industry would go.
That's what I use to put it on. When I'm putting the paper on, I roll it on with a printer's roller to get the air bubbles out from under it.
Yep.
Just you're sort of washing the paper off now.
Oh, right, yep.
I just use just PVA.
Yep.
You put PVA, print them backwards on the paper, put
Yep.
PVA on the wood, roll it on, and then let it set for 24 hours and just rub it off gently with water on it, and it leaves the ink behind on the wood. But if you rub it too hard, it takes it off.
You're going to end up like me, no fingerprints on your fingers.
Right, it's actually really gentle. It's bloody. If you push too hard, it all comes off. So it's just a. So once you get down to, well, I don't know if you can see that. It still looks a bit faded, but as soon as you put a bit of lacquer over it, that clarifies.
Yeah, that's right. Like the worst thing you can leave on a piece of wood is what you think is a pencil line that you've rubbed out, and suddenly the bloody lacquer will bring it out like it'll jump in your face.
Yep. So I learned that you don't have to get a Mickey Mouse getting all the paper off. You can leave a bit of the paper on so you don't lift any of the picture off.
Yeah.
As soon as you put the lacquer over the top, it just comes out crystal clear anyway.
I found out an interesting thing a few years ago. If you use a texture colour on aluminium, and leave it outside, like a black texture colour, and leave it outside, it actually etches the aluminium underneath it.
Really?
So it doesn't matter that the black disappears because it's etched into the aluminium. I put a sign on the front of the door here, you know, if I'm not here, I'll put the mobile phone number.
Yeah.
And, about 18 months, I suppose it took, and the black's all disappeared, but the sign's still there.
Yeah. Well, this is what I've been playing with the last few nights.
Yeah, I saw the photos of them. Yeah.
Pictures on the international, yeah. And then that's those couple of manigum things. Bit of Moranti of the little bag holders like Jay made.
You mean like I showed him how to make? Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was making them. Got to share the credit, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I'll be doing quite a few of those sorts of things on Monday night, actually.
Yeah, so just having a bit of fun?
Sorry?
Just having a bit of fun Monday night?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, simple craft market thingos and just doodling.
Yep. Well, that's sort of all I've been doing, like coming out after work in the shed, like it's been a bit hectic, and I just come out and I throw just one of those little olive things on. I did a little I suppose it's almost like a semi-production run. I did a heap of backs just with the woodworm screw, did the back of them.
Yeah.
And then now I'm going to turn them around on the inside. But I broke my woodworm screw on the last one.
That's because you probably didn't flatten it out.
Maybe.
And they vibrate.
So I'll show you it was the mate to this. Right.
Yeah. That'll kill a woodworm screw every time.
But it was only a little thin one in a faceplate, and I got a tiny little bloody catch on it, and she just went bang.
Yeah, no, what happens is that as with your rounded surface and you've got your thing on the thing, it rocks backwards and forwards against the flat. and it frets the screw and snaps them.
That would make sense now that you say it. Yep.
Your best
Bloody
best
obvious,
bet,
really, isn't it?
yeah, best bet is just to put the biggest force in the bit you've got, 35 or 40 mil,
I've got
and
100
just
mil.
yeah, 100 mil might be a bit big. I've got that. I've got one like
Just
that
enough for a
too. But,
step drive to go in there, sort of thing.
and then just drill a flat onto them, so that it seats against the faceplate behind the screw, or
Well,
seats into.
If I did a 35, 40 mil one in the top and just turned it between centres till I got the tenon on the back.
Well, you can do that too, but I must admit I like using screw chucks.
Yeah.
But on round branches, it's not a good idea without putting a flat on them first.
Yep. No.
Like I actually had when we're doing a certain job, I actually had a router set up with an inch bit, and
Okay.
just ran it across the top like a sledge, and just ran it across the top twice to get a 2-inch flat on them, so that it sat on the faceplate properly.
The other mistake I made with the one I was doing last night is I didn't make the tenon big enough.
Oh yeah.
Not deep enough, because the chuck I'm using is just a little Havco chuck, which is 35 mil jaws, not 50 mil ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because they're small pieces of wood, so then I can still do the tenon around the outside, the mortise around the outside with the tenon in the middle to hold it in.
Yep.
But probably only went 3 mil deep. I thought I'd gone deeper, but I didn't, and I bloody broke the tenon off. I'm still trying to decide whether I can be bothered redoing it, seeing as it's only a little off-cutty bit anyway.
Yeah.
I'm making them to sell, so you don't want to put too much time into them.
No, well that's right.
So these little jobs will break me scroll saw in. Probably not a bad one to just have a play with to start with anyway.
Oh, that's right. Something I've never been interested in, actually, scroll sawing. I had one for about 3 or 4 months and tried it for a while, and I thought, nah, not for me. So I sold it to a friend.
Yeah, I don't think I'm interested in doing all the intricate pieces like you see, like Scott and Dale and them do. I don't have that. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah.
And that's why I just bought the little one. It's just something you can cut letters out or stuff like that if you want to make signs. Just the basic, if I want to make a sign out of pallet wood, and I can cut the letters out so they see I'm stand proud on the sign.
Yeah.
That's more where I'm at with it. But this is a bit of 3-ply that was the top sheet of a pallet, so the wood's not the best. I spent a fair bit of time sanding it to get it flat enough to get this to stick. And I said to Heather, I'm quite happy to make them up, but Ray offered me some MDF. I said, well, if I have too much trouble, I'll come and get it, but I'd rather do it with repurposed stuff if I can.
Yeah, well, you might find that if it's cheap ply, it'll splinter badly around the cuts.
Yeah, well, that's it didn't do too badly through the bandsaw. The top surface where I'm working is the best surface. It splintered a little bit on the bottom, but I'll give myself enough room to sand it a little bit. And people sometimes think you're really clever when you're putting these photos onto wood.
Yeah.
Bob. Got the workshop supervisor here as well.
Oh, well, I thought you might have been talking to me. I started to look around.
Bob the Kelpie's just coming in to check that I'm still here and I haven't buggered off on him.
Yeah. Good dogs, Kelpies. More intelligent than some humans I know.
Yeah.
And more obedient.
I got him when I had sheep. I worked out yesterday. I was chatting to a bloke and I worked out he's 15.
Yeah, we had to have ours put down at 14, unfortunately.
He's showing his age, but he's had a pretty easy life for probably 10 of his 15 years because he was about 5 when we stopped having sheep.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's really just a pet, and he just the most stressful thing he does now is get the geese in sometimes. And I don't know whether that's stressful for him or not. He seems to quite enjoy it.
Yeah, they love to work, that's right.
Which I did take a bit of fingerprint off the other day, Robbo. I
Oh,
was dropping a bit of CA into a crack on an end grain piece that I'm going to work on when I can I just got to clamp it onto my drill press so I can put a 100mm thing in to get the woodworm screw into the chuck and clear the chuck.
yeah.
Anyway, I had it sitting on a bit of plastic and I squirting the bloody CA in, and I picked it up and there was a puddle of CA under it. So I dabbed it with a rag, but my finger was on the other side of the rag, and as soon as it went into the rag, the heat started. Then I just pulled it off and took out about 3 or 4 layers of skin off, I reckon.
Don't get CA under a fingernail. God, that hurts.
Oh, it would be, yeah, heat, because I didn't you don't realise how much it heats up as it's working.
Oh, yeah. It hurts worse than a splinter going in underneath your fingernail.
I'll take your word for it. I'll try not to find out.
Because it's not only the heat, it expands as well.
Oh, right, it pushes it out. That would make sense. Actually, I hope Shirley's not still watching this, because the table I'm working on here is a table I'm supposed to be putting a new coat of something on for weatherproofing for her.
No. You might be sprung.
Well, she might not have worked it out if I hadn't said it, actually. No, she would have.
Well,
you can see quite clearly what it is.
yeah.
And my wife might be many things, but silly's not one of them.
And Dara wants to know what brand of CA are you guys using? We use Dan's in. G'day, Dan. Haven't seen you for a while.
This is what I use.
How you going, Dan?
Starbond.
Yeah, Starbond. I use hot stuff. I'd very rarely use CA anyway.
Or I've got some from Shane's Shed, which I got on eBay. That's not bad gear either. That works all right.
Oh, yeah.
The Starbond accelerator I've found it to be the best accelerator. All of the others tend to crystallise the Ca a bit,
Yeah.
and the Starbond doesn't. It leaves it clear.
Dara says that she uses mercury adhesives. It's medical grade Ca.
Yep.
And Dan says he's working on another push bike. Mercury adhesives apparently made in the USA and veteran owned.
Now, Robbo, you might know.
Probably not.
What is microcrystalline wax?
Right. Microcrystalline wax is the hardest wax you can get. Now, it comes, I've got a funny feeling it comes from a tree rather than a bee wax or something like that.
Okay.
I'll look it up. Just wait a second. I'll check. I'm pretty sure it's not a normal.
Like a plant-based wax.
That's the word I was looking for. Right. Microcrystalline wax is similar but composed mainly of branched chain hydrocarbons, and ozochorite is a naturally occurring variety. Another wax much used in cosmetics is lanolin wax, which is produced by the multi-stage refining of wool grease followed by low-temperature fractional crystallization. So it's I'm just doing now. Canorba, the hardest natural wax available, is brittle, non-tacky, and lustrous. Its major applications in the production of carbon paperings, where it helps produce sharp, distinct, blur-free images. But, well, right, yep. I knew it was a half-manufactured wax. Or a type of wax produced. Microcrystalline waxes are a type of wax produced by de-oiling petrolatum as part of the petroleum refining process. In contrast to the more familiar paraffin wax, which contains mostly unbranded alkylanes, microcrystalline wax contains a high percentages of isoparaffinic branched hydrocarbons and naphthenic hydrocarbons.
Robbo, you said about not swearing on this channel.
Yeah, so it's a byproduct basically of breaking down oil.
So it's just like a petroleum product.
And Dara was saying that the medical stuff doesn't burn, so you don't know you've glued your fingers together or to something. That might be a bit of a worry. That might be a worry sometimes. Like you stand up to get up from a bench and rip your fingers off.
I wondered about that with the medical grade stuff, like when they're gluing cuts together, though. So if it hurts when you just dip it on your finger, it must be. I was thinking, but that might explain that a bit. It doesn't burn.
Dara says she doesn't let her students use it.
What I use for filling the voids up most of the time is just this cheap Bunnings one, because it actually, that's what's that? That's 18 mils, and it's $3.
Yeah. Well, the one I use mainly is either hot stuff or Loctite.
But I'm going to swear in a minute, Robbo. When I have a go at doing a couple of pens later, I'll use the Star Bond. I told you I was going to swear. Well, you have said though, it's just you don't turn pens. You don't care if someone else does.
No, I must admit it. You know why I don't like pens.
Yeah. That little $88 lathe I got.
Yeah.
I got a number 1 Morse taper pen mandrel for it, and I'm just going to set it up for pens.
Oh yeah. They spin a bit fast. They spin a bit faster too. I think they go up to 33, don't they?
That starts at 700. It hasn't got a tacho on it, but the book says it starts at about 700, and it goes up to about 3,500.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you wouldn't want to stick too much on it, other than something like a pen and reasonably in balance anyway.
Well, that's right.
But it's not.
Dara says, yeah. Dara says she gives the students hot stuff, and she likes Mercury Accelerator because it doesn't stink and doesn't bubble.
Yeah, well, that sounds like the Star Bond stuff. It doesn't tend to give off the fumes, and it. The Shane's Shed one, I had some of that, and that was vile smell. You couldn't, if you were doing more than a drop of it on there, you couldn't sort of stay anywhere near the work. You had to sort of abandon ship for about 5 minutes.
Tends to make your eyes water.
Yeah.
Hey Daria, if you don't want to type, there's a StreamYard link. You can come in if you like.
Yeah, welcome. We're not antisocial here. Well, Jay's not. Can't speak for Robbo and myself, really.
Yeah. After the amount of lockdowns, I'm totally unsociable these days.
Did you work out in the end, Robbo, whether you're a red zone at the moment or not?
Doesn't look like we are, actually. We're in lockdown.
I was talking to Darren last night, and he thought you were.
No, well, we're in the Melbourne area under lockdown, right?
Yep.
But by look of the LGA map, we are not a red zone.
Okay. Well, that's all right, because we can. I've looked at the rules. You can transit through the red zone as long as you don't stop anywhere on the way through.
Yeah. Well,
So
we're right on the. Unfortunately, we're right on the fringe of what they call the Greater Melbourne area.
Yeah.
Well, when you said you were in the metro area, and then I got my travel pass approved, that's what makes me think that you're either on the borderline or just under it. You know, not actually in the metro.
Yeah,
otherwise, they wouldn't have approved it, would they?
Depends which map you look at to a large extent sometimes.
Oh, I let the Victorian government do that. That's their job.
Yeah.
But so, Jay, you said once you've done the permit, it's good for 2 weeks after you say you're travelling.
Yeah, after the date. You don't. Well, when Amber and I went at the start of the year, we had to put a date we were going and a date we were leaving. But this time, you only have to put a date that you're going, and then it's valid for 14 days after that.
Yeah. So you've got to travel on the date you state, but you've got 14 days.
Yeah. And if your plans change, sorry.
It looks like it didn't take very long to go through.
No, not even 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then also too, you've got to print that out, and you've got to stick the bottom third on your windshield.
Okay.
So they can just walk up and scan it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, Dara, I wouldn't mind seeing your messy shed. Oh, here she is. Hello.
Hey.
Hi guys.
Oh, that's pathetic.
It's too clean.
That's pathetic.
No, that's. Yeah, I must admit, Dara, that looks like my shed did until last Friday. And then I thought I'd better clean it up because I'm doing a demonstration tomorrow night, or tonight actually, and we had complaints from one of my students that I'm teaching online. So
well, that wouldn't be a Scotsman living in Ireland, would it?
That's yeah.
I mean, he's in trouble anyway. Wrong nationality, living in the wrong country.
Yeah.
So what is Jay making?
I don't think he knows at the moment. What are you making, Jay?
Hopefully a hollow form, but with all these cracks, I'm really not too sure at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Got one too many splits going down through the red stuff, but any luck, never know.
So what sort of work do you mainly do, Dara?
I am the assistant manager at the Houston Southwest Woodcraft store.
So I caught the East and Southwest.
Woodcraft.
Oh, right.
But I do a lot of turning.
You're not a real Texan, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm a Louisiana coon ass.
I can see your lips moving. Texans' lips don't move.
True.
They're like mumbles out of Dick Tracy, you know. I'm showing my age there now.
You are.
That's all right.
No, used to deal with a lot of Texans. My wife works until she retired last year. Worked for Exxon Mobil here in Australia, so a lot of her managers and everything were Texans.
We can waste an awful lot of time doing this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if you're reading the chat there, Dara, but Chris says hello to you.
Hi there, baby. This is kind of weird for me being on it live.
I think Chris is from Texas, actually. I'm not sure. Switch it off, quick, Jay. I was waiting for that to happen with the split through the base.
Yeah, I've seen that. It just took the chunk off, that's all.
Yeah, I know. That sounds like Sid eating his potato chips.
Justin said he'll be in about 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
How many you got confirmed for tonight, Robbo?
Sorry?
How many have you got confirmed for tonight?
Well, there's Brian and Rob and Amber.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Landy's father died yesterday, so she won't be in. And I'm not sure. There's a heap actually turning off camera as well. I found out.
Yeah, Tommy was
So they're
one
sort
of
of
them.
sitting alongside, watching you while they're turning, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight's going to be a bit techo and history lesson.
So will Amber need a chair?
No.
She'll fall asleep sitting up, standing up. She nearly did last week.
And so, you know, that was phenomenal last week. The same number of people still watching after, like, there was 40 odd people still watching after nearly, well, it was 2.5 hours plus.
Yeah. I know. I couldn't get over it.
I'd say obviously there were still ins and outs, but there were still plenty of people there looking keen to have a look.
Yep.
And still chatting and asking questions too.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
And your cat was freak, Joey.
Did you see it? Did you, Dora?
Yes, sir.
Ah. Another lurker. Tree people, I call them.
Yeah, tree people, that's it.
Tree people. You look like you're in the same position as me, Dara.
Pretty
You're trying to give up smoking.
Yep, and vaping at the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No. Bloody hard job, isn't it?
I don't know, Robert, I did it hundreds of times.
Yeah, that's my problem. I've done it hundreds of times too. I've just about giving up. But I've been smoking for 60 years too, so.
I managed it in 2000. I've been smoking for 20 years then, so. That was Shirley's fault too.
Right.
Oh, do you blame her for your willpower?
No, that's when I started going. So I can tell you the date I gave up smoking was the 21st of May in 2000. And that's the day I started going out with Shirley.
All right.
Because she said, well, I'm not going out with you if you smoke. So I had a choice. I either said see ya or gave up smoking.
And just in case Shirley's listening, you made the right choice.
Oh, yeah, I know. Whether she's listening or not.
Yeah.
You want to just give me full screen for a sec, Joe, while you're not busy?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Sid?
Try just.
All right, you'll see.
So that, the top ones and the bottom ones look the same, and all I've done with the top ones is sprayed the lacquer over them.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing how lacquer brings out the colour.
Yeah.
Sid, is that glue or water you're putting on there?
So that's water. So what I've done is I've printed those little logos on the back of a standard piece of paper with a laser printer in mirror.
Can't see it, Claire. Can't see it, Sid.
No,
I
you
can
can't,
see
because
it.
that's a
Oh.
white piece of paper. There's nothing to see there.
Oh, there's washout. Look at the white
And
washout.
then I just use water to stick it on with PVA glue, just straight, cheap PVA glue, and then just wet the paper and rub it off, and the ink stays behind. And
then
this
you
is not as
lacquer it.
good as it could be, because this is a piece of old 3-ply that was on the top of a pallet. So it's if you look at my YouTube, Sid's repurposing, and so is my Facebook, and I make stuff out of old pallets and all that. So I try and everything I make, I try and recycle wood to make it. So these are for, we've got a little, just block your ears for a sec, Robbo.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
We've got an annual turning convention on here in Kingston, where I live, each year in August, called Turn SA, where it's been a bit quiet the last couple of years, but 30 or 40 people with lathes turn up in a big shed, and they all spend 3 days just socialising, networking and turning. And Robbo usually comes over for it, and you get one of these little badges when you come and turn up to say you've been there for the year. So this year they asked me to make the badges.
Chris wants to know how you did those, Sid. So you'll have to explain to him again, because he's probably turning while he was watching.
Yeah. So Chris, you laser printer, you can do it with a bubble jet, but because bubble jet's ink is water soluble, it's very hard to get the ink to stabilise on the wood. So a laser printer, print your image on a piece of paper, you flip it into mirror when you print it. Smooth wood, just PVA glue. If everything you look at on YouTube tells you to use Mod Podge, and all Mod Podge is watered down PVA glue. I just use the cheap PVA glue from our depot store. Lay it on in a reasonably even coat, stick the image down on top of it, and then roll it on with a rubber roller, which I should have over here, just to get the air bubbles and stuff out, smooth it out. So I just roll it on with that, and then let it set 24 hours. And then all you need to do to get it off is you wet the paper and you rub the paper off. And if you don't rub too hard, the image stays behind on the wood.
Just tilt it a little bit, Sid.
That better?
Yeah, that's okay. And then put lacquer over the top, and that highlights it.
So the trick is to make sure if you've got printing on it, that you've got to do it in mirror image.
Otherwise, the writing's backward.
Yeah, or if you've got someone who's got a tattoo on their right shoulder, if you don't do it in mirror image, they'll have a tattoo on their left shoulder. But it's just gently rubbing the paper off with your finger after you've wet it. You rub too hard, you rub the lines off. And then I just dry it and put a bit of clear lacquer over the top to seal it. I've done a couple of commission jobs with furniture for particular stores. One's a coffee shop over in Narracourt called Gather on Gordon. And the furniture I made, I labelled with their logo in the middle, and that's how I worked out how to do this.
Must be picky time, huh?
You'll be in trouble again, Joe.
Hey?
You'll be in trouble again.
Yeah.
Or still
No,
one or the
no.
other.
I'll tell you what, you lot are upsetting me today.
And we're not even trying.
I
Well,
know.
my plan succeeded. I told Amber that's what I was going to do.
About the
Oh,
only
so you
thing
want
that
him grumpy ready for tonight, Joe? Is that what you're saying?
about the
Sorry?
only thing that hasn't happened is Justin will probably come on and be using carbide tools.
Well,
He'll be here in a minute.
I told Shirley I was earworming for Robbo tonight. She said, "Okay, I'm going to stay at Mum's."
She's gonna miss Brian.
Oh, Dara, Mum's is 20 feet away, so her mother lives in a granny flat right next door to the house, so she lives on her own. So Shirley will go and spend a couple of nights a week over there just for company anyway. But if I'm on YouTube and I want to have the YouTube up on the big screen, then what I normally do is I'll have the YouTube up on the big screen and just be sitting in the StreamYard in the background. It gives you an idea how much lag there is between the YouTube and the StreamYard when I'm talking to Robbo. Earworming, yeah. Although Shirley's quite happy to watch Robbo because their two favourite turners to watch are Brian and Robbo. Brian because he's got a Scottish accent. And who'd you say she reckoned you sounded like Robbo? I'm just trying to think. Bud Tingwell.
Yeah. I thought my voice was more gravelly than what his was.
I'm not going to argue with her, Robbo.
Doesn't pay to.
If she says you sound like Bud Tingwell, you sound like Bud Tingwell. Just shush.
And just to let Dara know, Bud Tingwell was an Australian actor out here
Okay.
in a lot of soap operas and drama films too. A very good actor, actually.
Have you heard of a film called The Castle?
I don't watch much TV.
No, this is an Australian feature film it's quite old now, but Bud Tingwell had a part in that right at the end of it. And it's about a bloke who's got his house at the end of Sydney Airport and he thinks it's the best thing ever.
Melbourne Airport.
Oh, one of them. And they're trying to buy his house off him because they want to extend the runway and he won't sell.
And a lot of sayings in Australia came from that film, like feel the serenity and tell him his dream.
And that's going straight to the pool room.
Yeah, that's it.
What did he say to his wife all the time?
Oh, I forget.
What's this, love? Oh, just rissoles. Yeah, but it's the way you make it.
Joe, before you start hollowing that out, I'd true up all the outside first. It's got a fair wobble in it.
Yeah. I have some little bit to do with. I mean, I know this bit's got a bit of wobble, but it's got a bit of.
Yeah, I know it's got a little bit there, but like the neck of it's going to look terrible if you start. It's going to be thick on one side and thin on the other.
I think I missed what piece of timber that was Jay was turning.
Sorry, what was that?
What piece of timber is Jay turning?
It's a piece of ghost gum. It's called a eucalypt.
So I learned a little trick from Phil at Shady Acres, Robbo.
Yeah,
When I was trying to sign the bottom of my pieces with the Sharpie texter, and then you
yeah.
put a lacquer or shellac over the top of it, it makes the texter run. And he said,
Yeah.
you just rub a little bit of paste wax over the top of the writing before you spray it.
I just use NC lacquer out of the gun, and it dries before it gets a chance to run.
Yeah, but you work on if it's not in the gun, it doesn't get done principle, don't you?
That's it. Now that's looking better, Jay.
What time do you want to fire up tonight, Robbo?
It'll be 7:30 your time,
No worries.
roundabout.
Yep.
Because I'd like to chat for half an hour or so beforehand, and
Yeah, production meeting we called that, didn't we?
that's right, staff meeting.
Staff meetings when I'm talking to myself because I'm self-employed. So
Yeah, I must admit that's what a staff meeting is around here too. But the mongrel keeps arguing with me.
yeah,
Yeah,
giving me marching
always,
orders.
always reckons he's got better ideas than I do.
Well, I do what the voices in my wife's head tell me to do.
Worst part is after you've done something and they turn around and say, yeah, see, I told you not to do it that way.
Oh, just that, yeah. Yep.
Let's see, that's about, Chris has asked how long is it? Two 2:30 now, so it's on in 5.5 hours, Chris.
Are you on the Wood Turning International page, Chris?
It'll be 5 a.m. for me.
I've got the link up in there.
Chris, where you from?
Ohio. Worcester, Ohio. Sorry, Chris, I thought you were in Texas. Getting you confused with somebody else, I think. Is that the last one, Sid?
Yep. Might have a little bit more to rub off on a couple of them, but
Geez, Justin, it looks like you're getting organised there, son.
bloody hell.
How you going, Justin?
Proper flash.
G'day, guys. What's news? Hang on. Find the right camera. Go on. If you can. There we go. There I am. Hi.
How you going?
Slowly coming good.
Yeah.
World's
Yeah.
worst YouTuber. There we go. I'm going to challenge you for that.
I figure I'm on so rarely. I've got to qualify for something.
No, it's true.
Just after the glory, aren't you?
That's all it is, mate. All it is. What's news?
Well, I'm still above ground.
That's a good thing.
That's fun.
Vertical's always good.
I'm not allowed to talk about what I'm doing next weekend because it upsets Robbo. Jay's not allowed to eat his chocolate biscuits because it upsets Robbo. So everything we're doing at the moment seems to be upsetting Robbo.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about I go and open up a tin of paint with a skew chisel and
I mean, even down to what I'm doing now is upsetting Robbo.
oh,
Have you got any pen kits, Justin?
paint? No.
I'm making the badges for next weekend.
Oh, lovely.
It's the turn South Australia, and of course we can't go because we're in lockdown.
Put it back up, Sid.
Yes. Well, you're in lockdown.
Yeah, well, I'm in lockdown.
Give it a minute for the light.
Yeah. No, it looks good. Looks good, Sid.
So I've got, I don't know, 20, 25 or 28 or something of them done.
I think they said you should have made it a sick lobster, you know.
Lobster with COVID, you reckon?
Or a mask on, yeah.
Yeah, one with a mask on it, that's it.
I thought it was a crawfish.
Well, yeah, in America, then.
Rock lobster, no claws.
Yeah.
So where I live here, if you Google Larry the lobster, you will find Larry is about probably 9 kilometres, so about 5 miles from where I am sitting right now. He's a big crayfish. He's 17 metres high. It's one of the big things in Australia.
Like the big banana.
Crayfish.
And
We call him Larry.
The giant drop bear.
Yeah, that's it.
That's at Dad's Bridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drive past that to go to Robbo's house.
Not from here, but you do from your place, which we will be.
Yeah.
No, you even do from your place too, Sid.
No, I'd go across through Caston and Ballarat that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's the quickest way to Melbourne from here.
So Kingston.
Yeah.
Kingston
SE.
Because there's Kingston on Murray, there's a Kingston in Melbourne. The number of people we get trying to join our buy, swap and sell page from Melbourne is unbelievable.
Yeah. Just to fill Dara in, Kingston is 800 kilometres from Melbourne.
What is that in miles?
500 miles.
Oh, sorry, I forget you Yanks don't talk real language.
Oh, never.
Ooh. Yeah, no, 500, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5/8. That one's an easy one.
So who's interested in a little bit of a shop tour?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, come on.
Right. See how this new setup works, because I've been
Wait
playing
on,
around.
wait on. Jay, could you put Justin up on full?
His shop looks cleaner than mine.
It's a new shop, that's why. He hasn't had a chance to make it dirty yet.
All right, let's see how this goes. I'm not sure what the microphone's going to switch to, or even how well the camera's going to work. Oh, I see what it's done. All right.
Are we getting a shop tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Grab you a
Everybody's
cookie,
dizzy.
Jay.
Everybody's dizzy now.
What was that, Dara? Sorry?
Grab you a cookie.
Got it.
Reset. There we are. That looks better. All right. So that's you guys.
How many screens do you want?
Oh, I've got 3 so far. I've got a 4th one coming.
Well, I've only got 2.
Blades all set up there, ready to go.
Yep, nice.
Got to mount all my tools up on the wall there. And
I can see tools there. Don't put anything there. You'll ruin the look.
I'm leaving the shadows up there, and I'm going to put all the random wood turning tools up there just to annoy Blair.
Or Brian, I reckon Brian would be upset by that too.
So sharpening station, I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing tonight, isn't it?
No, we're doing a lot of different things tonight.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So
Are
that's
you
the
gonna be in
work for me, which was
You're
nice.
going to be in it, are you, Justin?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
I've got all my turning blanks and everything mounted underneath the bench. Good to go. Got the new dust collection system set up over there.
Yep.
Just have to port all the ducting across the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Tools.
The fun stuff.
Oh yeah. Got my laser set up over here, ready to start burning and etching and cutting stuff.
Is that the office?
Yeah, you're starting to fade out a bit, Justin, as you're getting away.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm still using a stationary mic. Sorry. I've ordered the headset that you suggested, Sid.
That's the shock. Yep.
Yeah, that's on its way. So as soon as that arrives, it'll make it a lot easier to walk around.
Here's
And
a trick for you with this one. So at the moment, I'm talking to you on the microphone on that, but I can't get the sound to come through on it. The sound is coming through a speaker that is sitting a foot above my head, and there is no feedback.
Okay, good to know. That's good.
And I see that you purloined a couple of containers from your place of employment there too.
Just borrowed.
So if I where am I? I'm here, right? That speaker there is what you guys are coming through on, and there's the headset microphone.
Okay, nice. It's right behind you. Okay, excellent.
So I'm sitting a foot away from it, and there's no loop from that speaker.
Yeah. Oh, perfect, man. No, that's really good.
Yeah, get
It's
about.
frustrating as hell that I can't get the headset to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it actually works better in the shed with the speaker going with the loud sound, so you can.
Yeah, when it comes to having all your headgear on, your safety gear, you can't have headphones on. It's horrible.
That's why this one works so well.
Yeah, I've got my microphone's about 3 feet away from my speakers, and if I have it any closer, then I start to get the loop feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's one of the two of the biggest reasons why I wanted to go with that headset was that it doesn't pick up all the background noise, and that you can still wear the mask over the top of it. So that'll
I'm
be
operating off a pair of aftershocks with no mic extended. Are y'all picking up any background noise from me?
I got a little bit of an echo or something there. It's just, but then my hearing is not very good, and I went through 4 headsets, believe it or not, before I found a set that I could actually hear properly with. So,
No, Robert, it does kind of sound like she's talking out. I don't mean to be rude, but it does sound like she's talking out of a toilet, like just a small room, you know.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of an echo.
I do have a fan going in here.
Oh, that's right. That's fine.
Well, that could
can't hear the fan.
That could be killing it actually with the auto mic sound suppression in it. It's probably trying to suppress the fan noise.
Did it go away?
Just talk now, Dara, and let's have a listen.
Did it go away?
That's better, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a big fan in my garage because of the heat here.
Yeah.
It's summer over there, isn't it?
Oh, worse than summer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I must admit, I've got a huge 3-foot extraction fan in my workshop, and the drone of it all day just about drives me insane. It's to suck the dust out rather than keep me cool.
Dust doesn't bother me, it's the heat.
Yeah, once it starts getting above 32, I start feeling it a bit too. That's Celsius.
It here lately, it's been about 100 to 105.
Yeah.
Ouch. Over 40. That sucks. I'm actually thinking about getting an air conditioner put into this one when we get the house fixed up. Just for that reason.
The best thing you can do, you got any skylights in that place, Justin, or not? No, good. Insulate it.
Okay. It looks like it's already got some isolation or something on the roof.
Yeah, well, that's a normal thing to stop condensation from dripping on everything.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
You can hear it when as the place warms up. You can hear it all rattling around.
Yeah.
It creaks and clicks and carries on.
No, I must admit, the main workshop here is all insulated and lined and everything else. And it was handy. I went overboard a little bit on the lining, a little bit thicker than I would normally have done, so that I can screw things straight to the wall.
Yep. Okay.
Just make sure you put all your power points through first. Don't ask me how I know.
Chris, no, I don't put videos on YouTube.
Why not?
Because I'm not set up.
That's right. It takes time. But even this is going straight to YouTube. I love this.
Yeah.
I think all the camera equipment and the computer stuff would melt in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We get fairly hot days here too during summer, and so far all the equipment's stood up to it all right. The owner hasn't, but the equipment has.
You're doing all right.
The owner some of that could be age related though.
No, never.
Nah. Too much hard work.
It's all right, all you youngies, I tell you.
And you know, Robbo was saying to me the other night, he's treated his body like a temple his whole life. That's why he's doing so well now.
Yeah. No, as my physiotherapist says, you're now paying for a misspent youth. And I think the doctors are thinking of the same.
Yeah. Well, we were all young and stupid at one point. We do things
Yeah,
we don't realize.
I'm just stupid now. The sad part is the brain's still 18 years old.
Yeah, well.
Did you see that question in the chat?
Yes, Dara answered it actually. She said she's not set up for going onto YouTube.
It's funny you should say that, Robbo, about your brain's still 18 years old, because that's one of the things Dad used to say. Just we hit about 85, and he said, the terrible thing for me is, he says, my head still thinks I can do all this stuff that I can't do anymore.
Yeah. That's it. Now, what happens is my brain says, oh, yeah, we'll do that. About 2 minutes later, the body says to the brain, you idiot.
Oh, I'm going to turn something. Find everything.
I think I've figured out what I've done wrong with the camera settings too. You know how the other day I was turning a ball and it looked like it was just a big bead instead of being round. I think the aspect ratio on the camera's been wrong. It's I've put it down as 16:9, and I think it should be 4:3.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 16:9 is probably the better one, but you can try 4:3. It might squash it up too much.
I'm going to have a look anyway, because, as I said, I've got a couple of new cameras. So.
Or you could change the resolution on your monitor.
Well, I don't know how it comes out on everybody else's.
It didn't look too bad to me, Robbo. Right. Well, you were saying it looked awful, but I didn't pick up that it looked bad. That's when you were doing that big piece, wasn't it? That you put the big one back in and you were...
Oh, no, it was when I was doing the shapes, what all the shapes are named.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And the ball looked like a big bead rather than a ball. But I'll have a play later on this afternoon when I get out of here.
How's this for some nice figure in the wood?
Can't see it. Thanks, Chris. That looks terrible. I think you better send it over here.
I'll bring it over when I come over today. That's a piece of that olive root burl.
Yeah. You do realise, Sid, that when you come across, you'll probably be taking some red gum burl home with you.
Jay did mention that, yes.
Oh, he's got a shopping list already, has he?
I think you might want to lock your tools up.
No, I've got a lock on the tool room.
I got a little one. Just get this one down. This is a little burl I'm saving for when I get the new lathe.
Sorry, what's that? Oh, yeah. What sort of lathe are you getting?
Well, the one at the 3040, the Woodfast.
Oh, yeah.
I'll remember to keep that to myself from now on, Sid.
What's that, the burl stuff or the tools?
The tools!
Oh, dear. I'm just thinking to myself with the amount of weight I'll have in the car. Might have to put another axle under the back.
Might have to readjust the headlights on the way home.
I looked up what a Commodore wagon can hold, and it's a ton. It says 1,000 kilos. So if the lathe only weighs 350 kilos, then we've got another 500 kilos to play with. Come on.
You got to account for you two fat bastards sitting in it.
Yeah, that's what's weighing the front end down, Justin. Yeah, I accounted for that weight too, though. So if we work it out right, Rob, Sid, when Robbo's not looking, we'll just grab his forklift and put a couple of the burls in the back of your car.
G'day, Steve.
How you going, Steve?
Hi, Steve. Well, Jay's going up market now, Steve. He's got 2 sheds.
Yeah. They
still don't equal the size of yours, though, or any of you lot on here, actually. To be honest.
But I'm gonna say that I reckon you've possibly, arguably, got more working room in your shed than I've got in mine.
Look, Dara. See, my camera is up against my back wall of my shed, and there's the other wall of my shed.
And if he reached forward, he'd touch the lathe.
Yeah.
So,
there's the roof. Look. It's tiny, man. It's packed in here. Don't get me wrong. Full of stuff, but.
Was it a bit cold in there the other night, Joe?
Bit cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a tad. But it's nice here today, though. It's 22 at the moment.
Yeah, it'd be about the same here. Sunshine, it's beautiful.
yeah, it's not bad here in Victoria either, actually. The sun's shining, no wind. But it was sunny yesterday, but geez, the wind, it just cut through you like a knife. At the moment we are on, what do we got? We're on 16 degrees at the moment, which isn't bad for a winter's day. What's the weather like in Western Australia, Steve? You've had bad rain over there the last few days, haven't you?
Yeah, Sid, I reckon I might have to drop a speaker just above the lathe here too, because I have trouble hearing you guys with it running.
That's because we're all talking quietly, just to annoy you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a bastard, Robbo.
Well, that's what my mates do to me. They move their bloody lips because they know I lip read. Oh, that's good, Steve. Glad to hear it. Steve said that I've had storms and heaps of rain. Today's sunny and warm. Just helped Dara out. Steve is on the other side of Australia from us.
It's been pretty rough out here too, Steve. We've had the last couple of months since we moved, it's been probably the wettest it's ever been.
Yeah, you should be glad you're living on the top of a hill.
Yeah. Well, there's one part of the yard that doesn't seem to be draining away very well. It's all boggy still.
Oh, yeah.
So we're thinking that we might have to get a drainage put in, or possibly even remind ourselves of the fact that we have to have a pond.
Oh, people pay a fortune for water features.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the first thing I ever turned.
Or a baseball bat. A
Oh,
priest.
a little one. The fish priest.
Yeah. Or a tyre whacker.
Yeah, any of those. Probably not great for a fish priest because it's pine.
I don't know. I reckon it'll still make a dent in your head.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be hit by it.
That was the part I hated about driving trucks. Going around and checking all the tyres. It was even worse when I drove road trains for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, too many tyres on them.
I used to put the kettle on the gas stove, walk down one side, come back up the other side, and by then the kettle was boiling just enough to make a cup of tea, so that was good. Geez, I just got the mic shut down in time. I'd have blown you all out of the room otherwise. Massive big sneeze. Another one's coming on. You get them in threes. Speaking of cup of tea, it's about that time of day. I'll be back in a minute.
Okie dokie. Sounds like a grub screw. Yep, there it is. Still got a bit of a creak, but it's not too bad. don't know if they're able to diagnose that or not.
What's the timber, Justin?
Sorry, that.
What's the timber?
Good question, and I don't know. It's random. It's something I had kicking around. I'll get a poster up. View of it. It's hard to say. It's a little bit redder than pine, for sure. It's definitely a hardwood. I don't think it's red gum. It's certainly splintering. Instead of getting shavings, it's getting splintered, which is quite normal for us.
Could be iron bark.
It's that creak that I'm trying to get out of it at the moment, though, the sound. Sounds like the tailstock. It might be the live centre.
Well, just turn it on, get a screwdriver, the biggest screwdriver you've got,
Yep.
and sit it against it and use it like a stethoscope. And you'll hear it rumbling if it is.
So, do that.
Yeah,
All right.
but don't have the end of the screwdriver out in the air. You've got to have the end of the screwdriver against the centre.
On there. On the spinning bit or on the stationary bit?
No, on the where the bearing actually runs.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely that.
Or the other way to test too is just take the bit of wood out for a minute and run it without that on it.
Now, remind me, is that bit meant to be straight with the bar or what?
No, that's fine.
No.
But you'll have to move your tool rest back, Jay.
Yeah. I'm having a 5-minute smoke.
Yeah.
Chuck a bit of inox in the bearing, see if it helps at all.
No, it won't. Can't penetrate inside there.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not being rude. Those cheap centres aren't worth a cracker.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's either that or it's the one that came with it, which is that.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You're frozen, actually, Justin, I think.
Am I?
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Still got some ferrets to weed out of the system.
I didn't think it was that cold there, Justin.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So either that or it's that one.
Move it across a bit. I can't see it. Yeah, well, that's the original one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, generally, if you put pressure on the end with your fingers and turn it, you can generally feel a ball that's got a high or a low spot in it, and it'll trinkle it.
When I had that grinding noise, I checked the tailstock and it ended up being the actual motor itself in my lathe.
Oh, that's a step center, isn't it?
That one, yeah, live step.
Yeah, well, that should be all right because they generally have good. They generally have good quality bearings in them.
Yeah, it's a cheap one though. It's from I think I got this one from McJing's.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, enough said.
Say no more.
You're still a bit jerky there, eh? 1 minute you had it in your hand, and the next minute it was in your load. I mean,
Oh, it wasn't too bad here.
well,
It might be the speeds that I get in this area too. I'm not in Melbourne anymore.
you don't get Aussie out there, eh?
I've got Aussie, but I had to drop to 50.
Oh.
Yeah, same as what I'm on.
They offered me the super fast one they're experimenting with for the same price that I'm paying for my normal. All right,
Gigabit. Yeah,
okay.
gigabit internet's awesome.
Yeah. I've had plenty of brands of internets, and there's definitely shits all over them. But also, too, saying that they are the only company that's put in the money, the infrastructure, and laid their own lines. Well, Telstra owns all the other lines.
Yeah, I've
And
had
Steve seconds what I said about McJing's things too. Like some of their products aren't bad, but I find they have inferior bearings and things that they have.
Yep. What's that, wood, Justin?
He doesn't
Sorry.
know.
Oh, okay. That's easy. It saves him turning the lathe off now, doesn't it?
I don't know what it is. It could be iron bark.
There's definitely a eucalyptus smell to it.
Has it
Yeah.
got any yellow in it? Like just yellow tinges coming out in it every now and then? Because iron bark has that. It just can be just
Yeah.
plain wood and then have yellow every now and then.
Yeah, the bit where it's flat cut, that's got some yellow there to it. It's a bit washed out by the light. I'm sorry, but
But no, not good enough. Sorry, no. Because yellow box and iron bark are the same. Same.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Depends where you live. Don't listen to Robbo, he doesn't know.
You soon know it if you get a piece of yellow box, I tell you.
Yeah, Darren gave us some, remember?
Yeah, it's akin to turning concrete.
Yeah. That was that stuff that had the tree shake.
Yeah.
Fun, these choppers.
I have actually turned away yellow box before, and yeah, you're not wrong.
And if you get a piece of curly, interlock grain yellow box, geez, even concrete's soft compared to that.
All right. Grinder
You having
can.
fun? You having fun there, Jay?
Yeah, I figured if Justin's going to do some Turner, there's no point putting me in the bloody in the show. Everyone else can. They got something else to look at instead of just me, you know. I might just turn my camera off while I try this tool because I really don't like this tool. I really don't like it. Oh, is that boarding cam? not going to answer me now.
He's busy sharpening, he probably can't hear you.
You're no fun, Justin.
Sorry? What's that?
He was making bad comments about your head. You're frozen again, Justin.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure it all out. There we go. There we go. Yeah,
Sid looks like he's getting very techo there. Oh, he's cutting out. He's cutting out the shapes, right?
But he's over the shoulder cam going on.
Yeah. The off the shoulder look. Is that cutting all right, Joe? Okay. Just be careful that you're not getting too thick on the transition curve there where the neck goes into the main body. Very easy to get them too thin. And then they part company like Brian's did the other night.
Yeah, that's never fun when you put all that effort into making something and then you get a big hole on the side of it. Must be how I know.
No, we've all done that. So, Dara, what sort of things do you turn?
Mainly bowls.
Oh, yeah.
When I didn't know what a lathe was until I went to work at Woodcraft about 4 years ago. My dad built houses and did all the finished work from ground up to the inside out.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I grew up in carpentry. Even in shop class, I didn't know what a lathe was. So
Now
one of the prereqs.
Now you're regretting ever finding out, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty much expensive. Started out with a little Raycon 70-220, and I just upgraded to the Powermatic PM 2020.
Yeah, I must admit, I've never used a Powermatic, but from all accounts, they're pretty good sort of lathes.
I don't have any complaints on it so far.
Can't actually buy Powermatics in Australia.
I wanted a Vic Mark, but my pocketbook said no.
You and everybody else in the world, mate.
You know, I've never owned a Vic Mark, but I'd class my lathes as probably better than Vic Marks anyway. I've got big Watkins and a few others besides.
What's the make of that 40-foot lathe you have?
That was custom built. the engineering firm and I built that. I designed it and he mainly built it.
Good old Henry.
Okay.
I just can't believe how accurate that bloody thing is.
Yeah, 1 millimeter variation over the whole bed.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Very good. I have to say that I think the Vic Mark now has probably been superseded by the Woodfast as far as their electronics and everything go.
Okay. That's interesting. Is Woodfast now manufactured in China, though?
Yeah, Woodfast. Yeah, they're manufactured in China, but they're it's a complicated story. So, but no, the quality, their quality control on them and their electronics is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say it depends on who's managing the quality control. If you pay them X amount of dollars, you get this much quality. If you pay them less money, you get less quality.
Oh, that's right. They have about 5 different stages of manufacture. Like thicknesses were always the thing. Like I bought my thicknesser years and years ago, and it was from the Woodman Group, and it was $400 dearer than the equivalent one in a Carbatech, and yet they looked identical. The Carbatech was blue, that was all. The other one was green. And when you started to look, you could see the difference. Like they had bronze bushes for the rollers and things to run in, whereas the Carbatech one just ran straight in the cast iron, you know, and there were no oiling points or anything on the Carbatech one, whereas the Woodfast one had oiling points and just a whole heap of little extra features that made it last a lot longer. You've done well today, Sid. You've had every job that's been sitting down.
Yeah, well organised, Robbo, that is.
Yeah,
And tonight's job's sitting down as well.
yeah, well, that's right.
Well, if I don't grab a nap, I'm going to miss class in the morning. So I guess I'll see you guys at 5 a.m.
All right. I'll have a strong black coffee.
Double shot.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, Dar. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys
thank you
for
very
having
much.
me.
You're more than welcome to come in anytime.
All right.
Yeah, it was good to meet you. Thanks.
Good to meet you guys.
See you later.
Later.
Bye. Oh, Justin's making a milk bottle.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
You're making a milk bottle.
We're going to make a mallet.
To bash me over the head with for saying that.
That's what it is. Yep. Might even put a bead and a cove in it just for pleasure.
Move your tool rest closer, Jay, now that you've got that swan neck out of the way. Now you're frozen again, Justin, unfortunately. Either that or you're playing mannequins, one or the other.
Got to be something to do with the USB ports going to sleep on me.
Yeah, possibly. I must admit the best improvement I made to everything around here was putting in powered USBs and running nothing but threes.
Yes. Yeah, I've got a card to insert that's on its way as well. It's got
Oh, yeah.
We'll have 4 USB ports in it, independently managed. So that's the other thing. Computers, once you plug too many cameras into them, they forget which one's which, and then it gets all over the place, and they just turn them off because they can't be bothered. So yeah, once that arrives, we'll make some changes, and hopefully things will settle down a bit.
Yeah. Takes a lot of frigging rounds sometimes to get it right.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I'd just turn the whole bloody lot off and just get back to turning.
Oh, it's a good picture and everything when it's working.
Sorry, mate, what was that?
It's a good picture and everything when it's working.
Yeah, when it's working, it's great. I'm just thinking whether I should reduce the size of the head on this mower.
So it's probably going to be very heavy on your hands if you don't.
Yeah. Right. You've still got that newbie habit where you try and save as much wood as you can.
Sorry?
I still do that newbie trick where you don't want to lose all the wood, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Worst thing that can happen.
I might switch to this new for a bit just for some fun.
Why not?
That's Sid's chooks.
Oh, just one of them.
Sounds like a big one.
Sounds like your harem's calling you, Sid.
See ya.
I hate to say it, gentlemen, but I've got to go and do some work.
That's terrible, Robbo.
I know. Otherwise, the live won't happen tonight, I tell you.
Oh, well, that's fair call.
Yeah, all right, mate.
All right, catch you all later.
Yeah,
See
see
you
you,
again,
Robbo. I'll see you tonight.
Yep, see you later. Bye.
See you in a couple. If you go right back to the start of this, Sid, you can see my other shed. I've made the neck on this really thin, but unlike some, I'm going to pay attention to it and not go through it. Okay, Brian?
Hey, Brian did my trick.
Yeah.
Made the inside bigger than the outside. That's called a TARDIS bowl.
Yeah, I still haven't perfected that yet.
What's that?
I said I still haven't perfected that, getting the inside bigger than the outside.
You'll get there.
Yeah, I know. Practice makes perfect. I mean, makes something, doesn't it? Oh. Been going for nearly 3 hours. Bloody hell. 2 lives in one. Ugh. Ugh. Oh no. See what happens when you leave bickies in the Australian sun, folks?
I don't even have to look.
They melt in the bottom of the container.
You sort of scrape it up with your finger and...
Look. Need to flick the screen, Sid.
What's that, mate?
You need to flick the screen. Disappeared.
Oh, I just lacquering a couple more ready to cut later.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just outside the door.
You got resin, eh? Or stuff to make resin stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should try doing some chicken feathers. A whole mother load of chicken feathers just chucked in a container.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you don't have a massive supply or anything.
Well, I could mix it up. I could have duck feathers and goose feathers and turkey feathers as well.
Yeah, you could even do a duck shit bowl or a chicken shit bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
What, you've got the cactus juice to stabilise it?
I might give that a miss.
Why? Come on.
Can you imagine it powdering out?
Ugh. I'd be ditching those filters, that's for sure. What do you reckon's a good place in Adelaide, Sid, to get? I want some like cylinders of metal or something like kind of like that, you know.
For mold?
To turn on the lathe, like just chunks of metal. Where do you buy that from?
Scrap metal merchant, maybe.
Yeah, just thought maybe a metal base for a wine glass might look nice.
What are you going to use? What tools are you going to use to turn it?
What
Or
I've
you
got.
just want a disc to put it on. Because your high-speed steel, you'll be able to turn. I think you can turn aluminium with it, but you wouldn't want to try and turn any steel.
Oh no, I wasn't going to. I just wanted alloy. Just or brass or something like that, you know. Yeah, the only thing I can find in brass is like an inch by an inch.
I got a feeling I've got a small piece of alloy aluminium check plate around here somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's probably about 30 centimetres by 20 centimetres, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'll have a think and see if I can work out where it is.
Is that a welder there, that blue thing?
Hey?
Is that blue thing there a welder?
Which one?
Oh, it's all right. No, I had you on small screen. I just put you on big screen and just noticed that it's bloody milk crates.
Yeah, it's nothing real exciting. There is a welder in here. That's up the other end of the shed, though.
So I looked at getting some lighting for my new shed.
Hey?
So I'm looking at getting some lighting for my new shed. I'm going to get it's a LED light and it's got 3,600 looms. It's massive. This thing that I've got here's got 60. But the one that I'm getting, it's a 1.5 meters long.
Yeah.
So it'll cover. Yeah, it's like a strip kind of thing. Yeah, but it's about 30 centimeters wide. The one that I was looking at.
Big green shed.
Yeah.
I reckon these are $27 each. And I have 8 of them in here.
Yeah.
To light my shed. And they're lighting this 40-foot by 30-foot shed, 8 of those.
Right,
so 2 of these. So $50 and you'll have brilliant lighting for your shed.
Does it have its own plug? Because I don't want to have to wire anything up.
No, it's got its own plug. And it's got a little patch lead that you can link between the two, so you've only got to have one plug for 2 LEDs if you want.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
excellent. Okay. What's the wattage on them?
They're 1300 lumens.
Yeah.
Well,
Does it say
about 50
They're
watts or
LED.
something. 20 watts.
Hang on. 13 watt.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, because the only thing I've got to be concerned about is if I have the light, because I want to put it in the gable capping right at the very top of the roof.
Yep.
But I don't want to have a shadow on my piece. You know what I mean? I'll be the shadow maker. So I've got
Which
Sorry?
way in relation to the gable
Yep.
are you running the lathe? Are you running it parallel to the gable or at right angles to it?
Parallel. Because the gable actually
Okay.
goes sideways. It doesn't come up front and back. I'll show you.
If you put one right up in through the gable,
Yeah.
through the middle, and you put another one in the joint of the wall and the roof behind your lathe, you wouldn't have any shadow.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to work out.
But I've got one of those sitting over the top of each of my lathes for light, and that night it's plenty. Oh, we're getting a tour.
Here we go.
I'm dizzy. Well, that's massive.
So the gable roofing is what makes it bigger because this one doesn't have gable; it's just got a flat roof.
Yeah.
Mm.
So is it the same depth front to back as the one you're in?
Yeah, it's the same width and length. It's just got a gable roofing, which makes it higher.
Yep.
Is it
So the
3.4?
Sorry?
Is it 3 meters, 2.4?
Yeah, 3 by 1.5.
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah. So it should.
So now we'll have Amber's shed and Jay's shed, will we?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the zoom and spiral effect.
Yeah.
I'm dizzy now.
Yeah. I thought that would help. Doesn't take much to do a tour in this place. 2 steps.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about getting the fire lit soon.
Oh yeah.
Getting on 4 o'clock, it'll start cooling down in the shed quick, and if the fire's not already going, it'll get cold real fast.
Can I just say, mongrel?
Can you say what?
Mongrel.
Mongrel. You can say that.
Well, because I live in a 2-story, I can't. No combustion heater. Will install a heater in a 2-story. Like that. I had a combustion heater all ready to go in. I said I'd buy new flue so that we'd marry up nice and neat, and nah. As soon as they found out it was a 2-story, nah.
Oh,
What's your problem, bro? Go straight out the wall and run it up the wall to the roof. How hard's that?
well, in England they run it up through the rooms above, and they have a radiator there so that you get the advantage of the heat through both the lower and the upper story.
Yeah, I think it would heat the wall and the upper story enough just having the heater on, to be honest. But yeah, it's out of the question for us now, which is annoying. So every time I hear or smell someone having their combustion heater on, I'm Muttley in the background. How you going? Oh.
Hello, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
She went out. Everyone says hello too, by the way.
Hello.
Hello.
We're waiting for Jamie. They're like 2:30. 3 o'clock. I'm like, oh, we're ready to go. She goes, yeah, I'll be waiting for you.
Hey, Jay.
What?
I don't know whether you've got anything there or not, but have you got anything at all that would be a suitable platform for Amber to stand on to turn?
Sorry, you cut a bit of a noise. Justin's making a bit of noise there, and it
Bloody
cut
rude
out.
bugger.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that would be a
Sorry.
platform for Amber to stand on to turn?
A platform stand.
Yeah, I've
Platform
got.
for her to stand on, because last week it looked like the lathe was too high for her.
Yeah, a couple of pathers. That's what we did with the last lathe. A couple of pathers, lay them out on the ground.
Yeah, the shed's
Yep.
been cleaned. It had too much sawdust down last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I had about
It-
half a foot of sawdust underneath her feet last week. That's all. So.
Yeah. Well, that should have given her enough height.
What happened to your biscuits?
Get her to put her sexy boots on.
Yeah. Hey?
Get her to turn in her sexy heels.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to wear them. My back says no.
So once it's your lathe, Amber, you'll be able to take those blocks out from underneath, and it'll probably be the right height.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
That'd be ideal. Yeah.
Mm,
Yep.
Because that'd drop it by 100 mil, so then it'll be the right height for you.
Yep.
pretty much so, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in home in time to cook dinner.
Yeah. So, have you applied for your border pass yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah. I'm still a couple of grand away yet.
Pardon?
I'm still a couple of grand away yet.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I didn't. Not for. I
No.
thought you said, have I ordered my wood fast yet?
No, your border pass.
Oh no. But I will.
I'll ask you every day until you have.
You can pay us the couple of
I'd be
thousand
like being
for it.
married. Oh,
All right,
dear.
you can go back to your work now. I'll leave you alone.
Okay, when I come up, I'll bring you up. I've got a couple of bits of just some squares of construction ply.
Yeah.
They're about probably 10 inches, 8 or 10 inches square, and probably about 75, 80 mil deep.
Oh yeah.
I just had a piece of it. They use them for a beam in construction across big sheds.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I got a piece of it about 1.5 meters long, so I just cut it down into turning blanks.
Structural points for buildings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
laminated, so it could be good fun.
The only reason I know that is because one of my uncles used to buy old houses and do them up, and I was helping him out one day, and he's banging in this bit of ply, and I'm like, "What are you putting that in for? That's not going to hold anything up." Then he explained to me, it's like,
What's Justin using the splitter for?
Hey?
What's he using the splitter for?
Because he's too weak to pick up an axe.
You
Justin
big
can't
girls,
answer.
well.
That's the only reason I said it, because he's preoccupied. Justin, look at all that area I've got back there. You could have nice, luscious trees that grow really quickly to chop down and turn.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right.
This is from my mum's. You just cut that piece there off,
Yeah.
and you can have all of this tubing. It's just had
So
oxygen.
what's with the wood splitter, Justin? That's a bit bloody slack.
That's so the missus can do it when I'm not home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, excuses.
Hey, any excuse to buy another power tool, mate?
Yeah, I would have bought a hydraulic one, not an electric one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, mate.
Welcome, mate. Dude.
Oh, he's got the shed fire going already.
No, that's it. I'm kicking you out now.
Well, at least I've only got a fire pig outside, but it's not going. Here's my shed fire.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Always been too worried that the heat would get down to the gas bottle with those things.
Yeah.
Since I've been in a gas explosion before, so I'm really not keen on stuff like that, you know?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's a bonza. That'll keep me going all night now.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. I always wondered what the car rims would go like. They truck ones.
Beautiful, mate. Look at
Yeah.
So, would you get away with having a fire pit in your backyard, Jason, or would the neighbours dob you in?
that.
I've had one, but we really don't have any more room now that I got this other shed. We had one years ago, and one of the neighbours called the bloody fireys.
Yeah.
What you do is you get an iron plate and you have an onion beside it.
Yeah. No, we hadn't. We always had marshmallows.
Yeah.
It's still food.
Oh, yeah, true. What we used to do is we used to actually throw a couple of chopped onions in the fire itself.
Yeah.
And any neighbours would go, oh, smoke. Oh, onions. Okay. He's having a barbecue.
Yeah. And as you've seen, that shed has taken up my fire pit space. So
Yeah, fair call. Once I get the portable mic running, I'll give you guys a tour of the whole block.
all right,
It's still it's a blank slate at the moment. There's not much to see. But yeah, just the plans where things are going to go. Got to build a garden shed. Got to build a greenhouse.
are your neighbours close, like in the burbs, or are they a bit further away?
No, it's a suburban block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But and it's a cut and fill, so there's quite a slope.
Yep.
Like the retaining wall. If you look over the fence, you've got the bottom of the fence, and then you've got a 3 metre drop to ground level for the neighbour.
Okay.
If
So
I
you're
look
going to
out-
buy yourself a ride-on lawnmower then?
Oh, nah, it's not that big.
So, do you like the neighbour?
Yeah, they're
Do you
good.
like your neighbours?
Oh, that's right. Then I was going to say, if you didn't like the neighbour, you just run a bit of PVC pipe through there, and then when you needed to go and you're out in the shed, you just go up to the fence.
I just step outside the door now, mate.
Yeah, I realise that, but then you can do it with a purpose.
Deliberately aim it.
I'm actually proper flash here because when we bought the property, the guys who had it before were planning on doing the bathroom up in the house.
Yep.
So they put a toilet in the shed. So I've got a toilet in my shed
Nice.
and a shower, but there's no hot water, so I don't use that.
Yeah, manly man. I mean, you're teasing me about using an electric block splitter.
It's a summer shower.
I have a shower once a year, whether I need it or not.
Just go outside in the rain.
Been plenty of that lately. She's a bit wet down the back here at the moment. I've probably got more water laying across because I've got a little 8-acre block. And I reckon I've lost about a fifth of it at the moment. It's underwater.
Yeah, it's just terrible everywhere, man.
No,
Better
it's good.
plant some rice.
I've got four, what are they? They're 5,000 gallon tanks, so sort of 20,000 litre, 25,000 litre tanks. They're all full and overflowing. The first time, we've been here 15 years, and I reckon it's the second time they've all been full.
Wow. All right. On that note, thank you very much for coming in. I'm going to knock it on the head. The boss is home. The boss is home, and I'm in trouble.
We'll see you
No,
tonight.
no, not really. Just stuff to do,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh no, we dig it. You're in trouble.
Yeah, we get it.
She's been
Hey,
out
my
with her
boss is probably home
sisters
too.
and her mum all day, so.
Yeah, no, it's cool. All right, we'll see you tonight then, eh?
Yep,
All right.
we'll do. See you, mate.
Tomorrow's
Take care.
Take it easy, guys.
scratch you later. Thanks for coming in, Sid.
No worries, Joe. Catch you tonight.
Bye. See you, tree people, lurkers, whatever you want to call yourself. See you, Steve.